the devil was walking side by side.
I see the world today, and it's hard to not see the future we've built for ourselves. In a time of struggle, instead of uniting as one, we have become two. Everything seems black or white. You're either on one side of the road or the other. The world is literally burning. The IPCC recently released a report, and the outlook is very bleak. It seems every time we get an update, it shows that we're screwed. I mean, everything isn't entirely out of our hands, but it shows how little people care. In a global crisis, you saw millions ignoring taking action to save lives and shorten the impact, but people in the aesthetic only thought about themselves and continued living the way they wanted to. Are they necessarily wrong? No, there's no real right or wrong answer when it comes to these things. I guess I've just been full of angst recently. I haven't even mentioned the film Passion of Joan of Arc. It's one of the greatest films ever made. It's almost 100 years old. It's hard to not see this movie and compare it to my life or the things I see today. The priests are brutal to Joan. They blindly follow their book, and despite Joan now today being one of their saints, they couldn't believe her. I'm not very religious, at all. My past self would say I'm atheist, but at this point it's more of I'm unsure, and agnostic isn't really the exact word I'm looking for. I just don't seem to care at this point in my life. The last couple of videos we talked about Kierkegaard's aesthetic and ethical, but now we move on to his third stage, the religious. He believed that most people who consider themselves religious weren't actually religious. Those who blindly have faith in God without question don't truly believe in him. You must have some doubts. If you have doubt but still choose to believe, it is to be a true believer, at least for Kierkegaard. It's hard to not see people who use this book for evil. The people who use it to pass judgment on others. You give a man a book about good and evil, and he will use it as a tool to label every challenger as evil, all the while believing he's inherently good by virtue of holding the book. The court, judge, and jury have a drumhead trial for Joan. The court knew going into the trial what the verdict would be. They knew they were gonna torture and execute her. The court was guilty until proven innocent, but there's no chance to be proven innocent. It's similar to the courts of social media. A person can get canceled over the smallest thing, but if the accusations are wrong, there's zero remorse for the canceled person. Their platform has already been poisoned. This is probably one of the hardest topics I've covered. I mean, politics and religion are two things I don't really care much for, but in today's world, they're literally the most important thing. I don't think you should gatekeep someone because of their personal beliefs. Joan believed that she was sent by God to help France in the 100 Years' War. She was captured by England and put in a trial in a pro-England court overseen by English commanders in Normandy. They convicted her with heresy and burnt her alive. Joan was only 19 years old. She was a peasant girl who believed that she spoke to God. The clergyman couldn't believe that a young peasant girl was chosen to speak with him. Why would she be picked over one of them? They can't believe that she was chosen. They can't believe her because if they did, they would be envious of her. I've seen plenty of times where people judge others for seemingly no reason. God wants you to love everyone, even the ones you don't agree with, but you can see people who believe themselves to be righteous look down upon those they don't like. It's still really funny to me, the whole gay marriage thing from 10 years ago. Two people getting married have little to zero effect on anything in your life, but it seemed to ruin people's days when they saw it. Just hating it just to hate it. It's kind of funny. But are the people the problem, or is it the institutions? The political parties, the religions, the cults, are they the problem? Are the people the problem, or the grifters selling their snake oils? The grifters telling you gay marriage is bad, or get or don't get this vaccine, do this or that. It seems if you associate yourself to one side of the sphere, you have to blindly believe in everything that your respective group believes. And if you don't, you aren't a true member. You can't have your own thought. You have to submit to your group's truth and not question authority, question their stances. I see a problem in today's society, in the world that is connected more than ever. You can't criticize, you can't voice your own opinion. Criticism means you don't like something. You have to completely love it, and it has zero faults. I see people make excuses to cover up the faults of their beliefs before they admit, hey man, you got me, but I still believe in this, or I still like this thing. It's hard to not see the future we've built the foundation for and question it. Is it ethical at this point to reproduce, bring a child into this world? Is it ethical to submit that child to this world we have? A world where everyone is constantly complaining about the others? A world that is literally slowly burning itself to death? In all of human history, countries, tribes, cultures have fought over land, but now in the modern world we fight over ideas, and I don't see an end to it. I don't know, this video is more of a rant than anything informative, but I just don't feel right in this world anymore.